Hi, folks. I'm Father Joe Grimaldi. You can call me Joe, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast. But now, here's our host and friend, Ken Calvert.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Calvert alongside Father Joe Grimaldi, and welcome to the Father Joe Grimaldi Podcast. The Father Joe Podcast, proudly supported by Hoot McInerney Star Lincoln on 12 Mile Road, just east of Telegraph, home of the Star Treatment. I want to talk to you about Lincoln Copilot 360, the next generation of safety on the road. It's a package of Lincoln's 5 most popular driver assist technologies. It's available in all 2020 models. It's a sophisticated extra set of eyes to help you keep your family secure on the road ahead. Now, this includes a 360-degree camera, active park assist plus, evasive steering assist, reverse brake assist, and adaptive cruise control with traffic jam assist, which includes stop and go and lane centering as well as speed sign recognition. This upgrade from the standard Lincoln Copilot 360 helps keep your journey seamless and stress-free. Stress-free driving, that's another reason to visit Hoot McInerney Star Lincoln on 12 Mile Road, just east of Telegraph. It's the home of the Star Treatment. Well, it's great to be back with you, and I gotta tell you right now, the Eagles wrote a song not long ago. Well, it was actually about 30 years ago.
That's what I was going to say.
It's called New Kid in Town. Everybody's talking about the new kid in town.
Yeah.
The reason why I mention this, when a lot of people thought it was about Bob Seger, and I hate to...
Yeah, you don't want to burst bubbles.
No, it wasn't about Bob Seger. It was simply a title of a song, The New Kid in Town. I mention that because next week our podcast will be coming to you from Naples, Florida.
Is that right?
Because you have been asked by, I believe, Father Casey Jones...
Correct.
...to help out for a couple of months.
Right. But we'll still be doing the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, we'll be in warmer temperatures. And
Well, not both of us, just one.
well, I didn't want to let anything out of the bag, but I'll be back here running the board in my end of the microphone while you have a microphone in Naples, Florida. What church are you going to?
St. Elizabeth Seton.
In Naples.
Correct.
So if we have friends that are traveling this winter...
Yes.
over the next couple of months, we highly recommend they take a road trip.
Over to St. Elizabeth Seton.
St. Elizabeth Seton. What is she famous for?
She's famous because she was not Catholic originally. She became Catholic after she got married. And then she had a number of children. And then... she founded a religious order called the Sisters of Charity, and they run schools throughout the world.
And we have talked about that before.
She lived in England,
yeah.
She lived in Italy, and so on and so forth. She was a society lady before she did all of these works.
Found her calling. So the pastor is Father Casey Jones.
Correct.
What a great name.
It is. I love that name.
Yeah, isn't that great?
You can almost hear the choo-choo in the background.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I want to say instead of a Beretta, you wear the railroad engineer cap, right?
Could be.
Oh, that'd be awesome. All right, so you're the new kid in town. I was thinking about you last night going, okay, I'm packing, getting ready to get out of here for a couple of months. I gotta turn off the energy, stop the paper. Let's start here. Do you lightly pack, or you
as lightly as I can? But since I'll be working in a church, I need to have my alb with me.
So you take your own alb,
of course,
your own chasuble.
No, chasuble they should provide. They have it.
Yeah.
Know.
All right. But what else do you need to take as a Catholic priest?
Well, my alb, and also for formal occasions, I have to take my suit with the collar and all of that.
The clericals, we call them, right?
The clericals, yeah, right. The clerics or whatever.
All right, so you got that going for you.
Correct.
You're going to be in Florida.
Correct.
In most of February and March. You're going to take your swimsuit and your walking shorts?
Walking, yeah, because I'm not a beach person, but I would like to do a lot of walking when I'm there if I have the time.
Yeah. Now, what if they absolutely, as they have in Hawaii and in parts of California, especially Corralitos,
Yeah.
I got a feeling, first of all, you're going to probably know a lot of people, correct?
I think so, because a lot of people go to Naples.
How many masses will you say?
I don't know, because I haven't gotten a schedule yet.
Okay. You're going to be helping out?
Yes, I'll have a schedule when I get there. What happens, as you well know, this time of the year, the population triples down there.
Right.
And so usually the masses are standing room only.
Yeah.
And so they really need the priest's help. So you have the pastor and 2 associates. The other associate is a priest by the name of Luis Pacheco, and he's from Venezuela. And so he'll be helping as well, because they have a number of Spanish masses as well. And so he'll be working with those, because there's a community of Hispanics in the area as well. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know about Haitians, but they tend to be more in Miami as opposed to places like Naples and so on.
You've been to Naples before. Beautiful location.
Not to stay, yes.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
of
mean to
course.
vacate. I've been there once or twice, and it's beautiful.
It's
It's
very,
on the
very
west
nice.
coast of Florida.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. That nice white sand.
Yeah,
So you're on the sunset side. Are you looking forward to it?
I do. It's a change of venue, a change of people, and change of work. So it'll be interesting to see that.
People will probably start buzzing right away that, hey, we got a new guy, and I had a new priest this Sunday.
Yeah, they probably know already. So,
Oh, do you think so?
oh yeah, pastors would announce that.
Okay, so that might be in the bulletin, right?
Yeah.
I'm just setting people up for, your arrival in Naples. I'm always looking to excite a hot new market for the podcast.
Well, maybe that will happen too. Who knows?
How do you introduce yourself when you go out for the first time at a new parish, or will you introduce yourself for a week or so?
It's kind of interesting because you do say things like that, and it requires different words for different situations. So, for example, if the pastor is saying, folks, today we have a new priest helping us out, and his name is Father Joe Grimaldi, and he's usually up north in Michigan, but he's here with us now, we're happy to have him, and so on. So it'd be silly for me to say, hi, I'm Father Joe Grimaldi. But if I'm completely new to the situation, then I would introduce myself as Father Joe Grimaldi, and I'm here to assist Casey Jones. It depends on who's doing the introductions.
Will you celebrate with Father Jones?
No, why?
For him to introduce you.
What they usually do is come out and say, we have a new priest, his name is Father Joe Grimaldi, and we're glad to have him. Thank you. And he leaves.
But I'm just saying, will you be there at that Mass so you can stand up and...
He'll leave. I'll be there because I'll be saying the Mass.
Oh!
Yeah, this is
okay.
Father Joe Grimaldi. Yes.
All right, well, that's what I was asking, basically.
We have not gone celebrating. Oh, no. He's just going to introduce.
Boy, you nitpick me like you're back teaching me in high school. Okay. Settle down now.
I don't mean to do that, but there is a big difference.
I have questions. Okay? So a lot of people are going to walk up to you and say, hi, Father
sure.
Joe, I'm Randy
Smith or whatever.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Will you be nervous about saying a Mass for the first time there?
No, not really.
I just wondered if you had a little stage
jitters,
if you will.
Before you start?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I never thought of it that way.
Good.
If you're scheduled for the Mass.
Now you're going to blame it on me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're going to say, yeah.
Shut up.
No. I just find it exciting for you to be able to get out of town for a couple of months and kind of embrace and embed yourself in a new area.
I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, you're dealing with a whole new population.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different venue. There is a rectory, but it's more like a building, and it stands by itself, and I'm not sure where it is. The day I get there, which will be this Thursday, is to report to the parish office. They will then lead me to wherever the rectory is. The rectory is made up of 3 apartments. One of them is for the pastor, the other 2 are for the associates. And so I don't know if it's only 3 apartments. There might be more than that, but as far as I know, the parish owns those apartments.
Yeah.
And so the priests use them. There is a school attached, but not on the same grounds. So it operates differently than what we're used to here. So the school is a couple of blocks away, I'm told. And again, I hate to say this because I don't really know for sure, but this is the info that I'm being given. So I may have to be there first to actually see firsthand where everything is, so I can tell you exactly where it is.
I think you're going to love it. How big is the school, do you know?
No, I don't. It's an elementary school, so I'm guessing around 300. Yeah. And, I don't think anything is that far from the ocean. I think, it's interesting the way the address is given. The working address is 28th Avenue, Southwest. The church faces Golden Gate Parkway. Now, that is a very popular road, I'm told, Golden Gate Parkway, and people around here know it. Those people that go down to Naples, they know Golden Gate Parkway.
What happens if they absolutely fall in love with you and say, "You can't go, we like you too much"?
I doubt that's going to happen,
but
what would happen is you just say goodbye. You just say goodbye.
What would it take for you to okay, I'm sorry. I'm selfishly just thinking of me. I would love to live in Florida and come up here in the summer. That's how I would do it. You're retired.
Yes.
You work harder than any human I know.
Well,
Wouldn't it be nice to spend winters in Naples, Florida, and summers up here?
it would be, but
That would get us in. We're going to get.
there's a certain amount of money involved, no matter what the salary is down there. So we'll see.
It's Naples.
Yeah, they'll take care of it.
So you don't know what your daytime activity will be at this new parish.
Well, I will know soon. I may have something on the weekend. If I'm not scheduled, I'll certainly be at Mass anyway. And so I'll find out soon enough.
I know that there's family and friends from here up north
Sure.
that are going to be traveling down there. You will be doing. You're going to be doing a wedding of close.
I will be, yes.
Close friends of ours.
Correct.
And that's going to be happening in Naples, but not at that church, right?
No, a different church.
Oh, okay.
St. William's.
So will you still do weddings in this period of time, 60 days?
Here's what happens usually in a parish. If the pastor's gone, they need somebody to do the wedding, and I'm there, they'll ask me to do it. If it's something that he's been preparing, usually I prepare the couple, and it goes for months, basically, so that might be already planned. The same thing with funerals. It happens when people die, and I'm on duty, I might be saying the funeral.
Right.
So I think, though, I don't know if there's going to be as many funerals as we have at the church here. I don't know what the reason is. I really have to study it hard. But I think because we might have an older population, but you can't get a much older population in Florida either. They have an older population. But since the weather is good and people last longer, they might not have as many funerals.
What are you most looking forward to liturgically? And then I'll ask you, what are you most looking forward to outside of the liturgical scenario?
Well, liturgically, the church, and I look forward to praying with the people, saying Mass with them, and, the various devotions that they have that I will be working with. It's a whole different venue, different people, and so on and so forth. So I look forward to all of that.
What are you going to do when you're not working for the church, working for God?
I'll be walking.
You love to walk.
I do.
What do you do when you walk? What are you thinking about?
Walking along, you have the beauty of the beach area, you have the beauty of the water coming through, and so on and so forth.
A good chance to meditate while you walk or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can walk and meditate at the same time, because I know you love to meditate.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right. Are you one of those guys that likes to just be left alone? Or are you a guy that would, easily accept a dinner? Are you one of those guys that would easily accept a dinner invitation from a parishioner who met you for the first time?
Who wouldn't?
Well, I don't know. I get kind of like, where are we going?
No, I don't.
We're going to Ruby Tuesdays?
It's kind of funny because you're forcing me to think stuff that I don't think about. Okay, so It's a lot easier to stay here, believe me, when you have to prepare in so many different ways. This morning I got a phone call to do a funeral on Friday. I'm not here Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying life doesn't stop here just because I'm leaving. And so it's difficult for me because I start feeling guilty. Okay, I shouldn't be going. I should be staying put. But by the same token, what am I looking forward to is, and I've said it maybe a few times, but the idea of a change of venue, a change of people, different ethnic groups that are down there, and then lots of tourists.
Yeah.
The population triples down there this time of year, particularly February and March. You know that people start coming back home to Michigan, usually in late April and May, of course. February and March is pretty busy down south.
Is it a chance to maybe refresh all of the batteries on board?
Sure there is, because if you're dealing with one church, that already cuts down my time. I don't have to worry about, 3 other churches that are calling. So that in itself will afford me a lot more time to do things, read, walk, whatever the case might be.
Selfishly,
do podcasts.
That's the best part.
Right.
That is the best part. I know as a broadcaster, I had great success. And I always wondered, I worked outside the market once before. I went to San Jose, California. And it was interesting to kind of feel the whole area out. There was a whole different take with people calling me on the phones, what they wanted to hear, how they liked my style, or who are you? You know what I mean? I've never heard you before. But then you sort of got into it, and you became that area. You embraced what was going on. My point is, I'm jealous. I would love to be in your situation. I would love to be taking on a new experience and knowing I'm helping out, but it's only temporary. See, if I could go to a radio station in Naples, Florida, and fill in for 2 months, I would like to think at the end of the term, people would go, man, you got to hire this guy. He's awesome. That probably wouldn't happen, but that's how I see you.
Okay, and you know what? Maybe because of my experience in life, I don't treat it so, how should I put it?
Romantically?
Yeah, because I lived in Hawaii, I
Yeah.
lived in California, I lived in Rome,
Yeah.
I lived in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
I lived in Bloomfield Hills, I lived in New York City.
Yeah.
When you look at all of those different places, they all came to an end. I mean, there were no hopes of my staying in any of those places forever. So, it's another experience, if you want, that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I enjoy the experiences.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not waiting for somebody to say you can stay here forever. No,
But you know what? I would love it if they did, because you can still say, hey, the show's over, folks. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Father Joe has left the building. The old Elvis mantra. And you're already in the van heading back to the Motor City.
Yeah.
Have a safe journey, my friend. We will be talking to you partially from Naples, and the other half of the show will be right here in
Simultaneously.
Southeast Lower Michigan. You won't miss a thing, folks. It's going to sound exactly the same way, but I get to riddle the good Father Joe with questions all about how's your weather? Here's ours.
Believe it or not, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I bet you are. And I'm looking forward to the next Father Joe podcast. I'm Ken Calvert. Thank you for joining us, everybody, on the Father Joe Grimaldi podcast.
I look forward to it. Thank you. This is Father Joe Grimaldi, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Father Joe podcast.
If you'd like, you can email us. It's frjoepodcast@gmail.com. That's frjoepodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook. Simply search Father Joe Grimaldi. And thanks for listening, everyone.